हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गाय नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरम् भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। 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 नमः पार्वती पतये। हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम। हरि ओम। We'll begin with the Shanti mantra. ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्तु निराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु। ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम। We shall chant the first two mantras. Om Adihi Bhagavati Opasasada Sanatkumaram Naradaha Tagam Hovacha Yad Vetha Tena Nopasida Tatastha Urdhvam Vakshamiti Sahovacha. Rigvedam Bhagavodhyemi Yajurvedam Samavedam Atharvanam Chaturtham Itihasa Puranam Panchamam Vedanam Vedam Pitryam Rashim Daivam Nidhim Vako Vakyam Ekayanam Deva Vidyam Brahma Vidyam Bhuta Vidyam Kshatra Vidyam Nakshatra Vidyam Sarpadeva Jana Vidyam Etad Bhagavo Adhyemi. So in this seventh chapter, there is a dialogue between the teacher Sanakumara and Naradaji. Sanakumara is the elder brother of Naradaji. So Naradaji approaches him and he requests him to teach him this Brahma Vidya. Om Adhihi Bhagava Iti, that please teach me. Iti Hopasasada Sanat Kumaram Naradaha. So he approached his brother properly and requested him to teach him Atma Vidya or Brahma Vidya. So the brother told him that you first reveal all that you know already. Yad Vetta Tena Nopasida. Whatever you know, that you tell me and then surrender to me, approach me. Then I will teach you what is beyond that. Tataha ta urdhvam vakshamiti sahovacha. Then Naradaji said, okay, I will tell you. So Naradaji gives a long list of all that he has learned so far. And this list is quite elaborate, includes everything, all our learning, all the knowledge, all arts, everything which one can know about this world is included in this list. So Naradaji says, I know Rig Veda, not only Rig Veda, but also Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda. So in these four Vedas, we have the Mantra Bhag, Brahmana Bhag, Aranyaka, all the Upanishads. So different types of mantras which praise the devatas, then various types of rituals, different types of upasanas. So many things are there in these Vedas. But the main theme of all the Vedas is that Atma only. So Rig Vedam Bhagavo Adhyemi Yajur Vedam, I know Yajur Ved also. Sama Vedam, I know Sama Ved. Atharvana Vedam, Atharvanam Chaturtham, and the fourth Veda, the Atharva Ved also I know. Then Naradaji says, Itihasa Puranam Panchamam. I know the fifth Veda also, which is Itihas and Purana. See, Itihas and Puranas are also given the same status as that of the Vedas. Vedas are Anadi Ananta Apaurusheya, and this Itihas and Puranas are also Anadi Ananta Paurusheya. Itihas literally means itiha asa, thus it was. So in this itihas we have Ramayana and we have Mahabharata. Only two itihas are there. But in this two, everything is included. In the sense, all the possible things which can happen, good, bad, indifferent, and different types of characters which are there in the world now and which were there in the past, and their thinking and their activities. Everything is included in these two itihas. When we listen to Ramayana, we hear the beautiful charitra of Sri Ram. And not only of Sri Ram, but we also hear the charitra of his brothers, their respective wives, his parents, his other relatives, his friends, so many other devotees, even his enemies like Ravan, etc. And through this itihas, we also learn about dharma. What is dharma? What is adharma? What is papa? What is punya? And how we should follow the path of dharma. Also, we learn about the various other branches of learning about Raj Dharma, Kula Dharma, about warfare, about the different weapons, about nature. Also, we understand Viveka, Vairagya, Shamdamadi, Shat Sampatti, Mumukshutvam. Also, we learn about the different types of devotees, those who were considered Bhagwan as his friend, those who considered him as their master, like Hanumanji, Vibhishan. So many devotees are mentioned. So when we study this itihas, we will know how to live in this world and how to understand the different situations which happen in our life and how to face those situations. Ramchandraji was told that his Rajyabhishek will happen, and then suddenly the program changed and he had to go to the forest. So such thing happens in our life also. We expect something very good and interesting to happen in our life, but suddenly things change. We have to face a lot of obstacles. But whatever obstacles Bhagwan faced in his life, he always followed the path of dharma only. He never gave up dharma. And that is what we have to learn from this itihas, that the path of dharma is the best, and that alone will take us to our ultimate goal of enlightenment and will also give us all goodness in this world. When we listen to Mahabharata, Mahabharata is also a vast, huge grantha. About 1 lakh shlokas are there in Mahabharata, in which we have the stories of the Pandavas and the Kauravas, the various people who were born in that lineage. Then the conflict which happened in their family and how it was tackled by different people, how Pandavas they dealt with the difficult situation in which they found themselves, how Duryodhan and Dushyasan, etc., how they interpreted the situation and how they dealt with it, how Bhishma Pitamaha, Dronacharya faced the different situations. So, from this Mahabharata, when we listen to it, we understand the depth of the dharma and also human characteristic, human behavior. It is said that what is there in this world is there in Mahabharata. Means everything is hidden in Mahabharata. The knowledge of everything is there in Mahabharata. Psychology and astronomy, astrology, medicine, warfare, vyavhar, management, anything you say is there in Mahabharata, and a different characteristic, different things possible. Everything is a complex situation, complex relationships of people. Not only we see sublime goodness, but we also see the depth of adharma, papa, treachery, falsehood, cheating. So the whole world is presented in a beautiful way in Mahabharata, but with the intention of teaching us the path of dharma. The main theme of Mahabharata is to convey that wherever there is dharma, there alone lies victory. Yato dharma tato jayaha. Wherever there is dharma, there is victory. And within that Mahabharata, we have the charitra of Bhagwan Sri Krishna, who always protected those who followed the path of dharma and guided them properly. So that is, these are the itihas, Mahabharata and Ramayana. In the world, in the name of itihas, we study the charitra of so many kings and so many invaders who came to our country, especially in India when we study. Those invaders, how they came and how they looted and how they plundered and how they destroyed everything, and when that war was fought and all sorts of violent and crazy facts of the past we study in the name of history. But what is the outcome? We feel so demoralized, depressed, dejected, rejected. We don't understand what is right, what is wrong. So just revealing the facts of the past is not called history. That will not serve proper purpose. No doubt we should know all that happened in the past also, in the immediate past and all. But we should also understand how to interpret such situations and how to deal with the situation which is happening now and how to go ahead towards the ultimate good of individual as well as the society. So through these histories of Ramayana and Mahabharata, we come to understand that. Therefore, it's very interesting and important. Though people spread a lot of misunderstanding that we should not keep Mahabharata at home or we should not study because it might have a negative effect in our life, which is totally false. Such things are not said anywhere in our Shastra. Mahabharata is one of the most fascinating texts. If one studies it properly, will become totally wise to face different challenges of this world. So Naradaji had studied this Ramayana as well as Mahabharata, and these history books are also called Panchama. Panchama means the fifth Veda. So they have the same status as the Vedas. Therefore, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, who while commenting on the Upanishads, wherever he finds fit, he also quotes from Mahabharata. He always quotes from Mahabharata, saying that, see, in Mahabharata, Vedavyaji also has said this. So, Itihasa Puranam, then Purana are there. These Puranas are also like Itihas only. They are the cosmic history. They not only talk about the various kings and various other people who had taken birth on this earth, but they also talk about the cosmic history, that how the whole creation came into existence, what were the different stages of creation, and what are the various yugas which come, and what happens in those yugas. Because our world, this earth is not something which is very fresh, new. Lot of people were born here, and the whole creation is also not for the first time. This whole world goes into dissolution and again gets created. So the history of all these various stages of this creation also we should know to understand the holistic picture of this world. So that is revealed in the Puranas. We have the 18 main Puranas and 18 Upapuran, Sub-Puran. Puranas are there. And in this we have these various stories and dialogues and descriptions through which we understand in a more better way what is conveyed in the Vedas. Because the Puranas and Itihas are also in tune with the Vedas. Means what is considered as dharma in the Vedas is considered dharma in the Ramayana also, in Mahabharata also, and in the Puranas also. And what is indicated as Brahma in the Upanishad is indicated as Brahma in Puranas, Itihas also. So we come to understand what is conveyed in the Vedas through Itihas and Purana literature also. So Itihasa Puranam Panchamam. Naradaji had studied and had heard all these Puranas, Itihas. Then he says he knows Vedanam Veda. Vedanam Vedam. So what is Vedanam Veda? The Vedas of the Vedas. The Vedas of the Vedas is grammar, Vyakarana. In order to understand the Vedas, in order to understand the history and Puranas, they are all given, they are all revealed through words, through sentences, through these mantras. And only when we understand the meaning of these mantras properly, we will be able to comprehend what is conveyed. So Vyakarana is very important. Shankaracharya writes कि व्याकरणेन हि पदादि विभागशः ऋग्वेदादयो ज्ञायन्ते. That with the help of this Vyakarana, grammar, we can understand the words, the sentences, how they are derived, how they are formed, so that the real meaning is conveyed. Because many things get lost in faulty translations, especially in the modern times. All our beautiful, sublime literature, which are originally in Sanskrit, they are translated in other languages. They are translated in Indian languages, which are closer to Sanskrit, but sometimes and often they are also translated in English and other language, which are not so much in tune with Sanskrit. So the words which are used in English language, they actually cannot convey the meaning properly. But we hold on to those words as they are revealed in the English literature and English dictionaries, and we get a different understanding of our whole scripture. For example, the word adhyas is translated in English as superimposition. Superimposition has got its own meaning in English language. And the word adhyarop is also there, which is also translated superimposition. But they convey different thing in the Sanskrit literature. For example, the sun has got so many names, and each name convey different facet of the sun. But in English language, there is only one name. So wherever we have to translate, we just use that word sun. So we don't get the actual understanding, the depth of the Shastra. So Vyakarana is very, very important. And the great sage Panini, he has written books on Vyakarana. His Ashtadhyayi, the 8 chapters on grammar, wherein he conveys the whole secret of this language through so many sutras, which are so precise that it's so amazing, like mathematics, extremely precise and extremely beautiful. The whole secret of language is conveyed, the grammar, because the grammar actually is something which also is anadi. We understand certain things because we have that inbuilt ability to understand. It cannot be conveyed. Certain things cannot be conveyed. Even animals, birds, they also have their own language which they carry on from their past, which cannot be really taught. So it's a very mysterious, this language as well as grammar. It is anadi, and the essence of it is understood by Panini, and he has revealed it in his sutras. So therefore, when we study this grammar, then having that grammar understanding, when we listen to this Upanishads and the Shastras, we understand their right meaning. So Vyakarana is considered as Vedanam Veda. It is a Veda of the Veda. If Vyakarana is not known, then even if the Vedas are there, we will not know anything. So Vedanam Vedam. So Naradaji knows this Vyakarana also. Then Pitryam. Pitryam are those rituals which we do for the departed jivas, like Shraddha. We, because the jiva is not, doesn't die, just go from one body to another body. So there is no death. There is only death of the body, but the jiva travels from one body to another body. So just as we can interact with the other being here on earth while they are existing in the body, one can interact with them even when they drop their body. And that is done through special rituals which are mentioned in the Vedas, like Shraddha. So we perform the Shraddha karmas for the departed, our ancestors, for their welfare, and it helps us also. We may not understand the whole process, but one has to have faith and just do it as it is revealed in the Shastras. Just like in our modern times, all these computers and our mobiles, how they really work, common people, they don't understand. Most of us, we don't understand. Like I'm sitting here talking to you, how exactly it is reaching you, how you are able to see my image and listen to me and all, I don't know. It's so mysterious. But it is happening. And even if one thing is not taken care of properly, if even one dot is not put properly, then the whole thing will not function rightly. If you have to listen to me, you should know my ID properly and then log in properly. Then only you will be able to connect with me. Otherwise, you will not be able to connect with me. Similarly, with the right mantras, with the right upadan, all the samagris and all, when we do the ritual for that particular jiva gets connected, gets benefited. Wherever the jiva has gone, whatever birth he has taken, he will be benefited. That jiva will be benefited. So this is a most mysterious uh, ritual which is mentioned in our Shastra, the Shraddha, etc., which is indicated here by the term Pitryam for the ancestors. So Naradaji knows about it. He has learned. He knows. Then Rashim. Rashim, Rashim is Ganitam, mathematics. Mathematics is also very fascinating. See, the languages which we use, they keep on changing, modifying. Though the basic grammar remains same, but the language keeps on changing. We have so many dialects in our country, and those dialects also keep changing. But there is something which is so universal. See, when we know one language, we go to some other country, we cannot even communicate with them because they speak some other language. When I was traveling to South America and all, I had to then learn some sentences of Spanish so that I can at least tell people that I eat vegetarian food. Vegetarian, komodas. So I may know English, but if I go to a place where they don't know, then there is trouble. Or we will have to use some sign language, but sign languages also are understood differently. In India, we shake our heads to say yes, no, maybe, don't know. But a new person will not know what the shaking of the head means really. When I have to say yes, I say no, yes. So in different places, even the movement of our hands and legs and head and all may mean different. So that will not help. So what I was saying, but one thing is quite universal, that is mathematics. What is one in India is one everywhere in the world. Even if we have to go to some other planet, one means one only there also. And 2 plus 2 is 4 everywhere. In whichever country you go, in whichever language you speak, 2 plus 2 is 4 only. 2 plus 2 cannot be 5. So the language of mathematics is more universal, though it may also have its own defects and all, but it's more universal, the language of mathematics, more precise. And it is useful for our activities and for rituals also. Even for building something or making the yajna kunda, we need the mathematical knowledge. Like for a circle and all, the understanding of that pi is also very important. Mm, 3.14. Therefore, in our Sanskrit literature, there are many places where they have revealed the what do you call that pi in so many decimals. Because if you want to build a temple in the precise way, with the accurate direction, we need mathematics. Even now, some old structures are there, not only in India, but there are those pyramids are there, which are so accurately built with such huge stones that even now it is seen as a wonder only. We don't know exactly how they were built. Accurate direction and the whole structure is built very accurately. In India, we have that Ellora temple, which is built from top to bottom. From the top, they chiseled out the mountain, and the whole beautiful temple is built of Shiva. Most fascinating, most amazing. And to build the whole structure precisely, properly, mathematics is required. Without that, we will not be able to do it. And mathematics include the number zero also. And everyone knows that zero was not known to others, which was then given, they came to know from India. So Naradji, he is a great mathematician. He knows mathematics. So difficult actually, mathematics. So many complex things are there. And we had so many mathematicians in our country also who could really give out such secrets of mathematics, like Ramanujan. And when asked that how do you know this, he used to say that Devi teaches him. I've learned from the Devi, the goddess. So Rashim, Daivam. Daivam means, Shankaracharya writes, Ki Utpatat Jnanam, the knowledge of certain calamities like earthquake, famine, some natural calamities which happen in the world, too much of rain, flooding, tsunamis. Recently there was this earthquake in Delhi and northern India. The whole building started moving, and suddenly it comes. We don't get a warning in between before. Even geologists, they don't know when it will happen. But we have shastras, and there are some secret shastras are there which tell us about these calamities also, by studying the nature, by studying the clouds, by understanding the reaction of the birds, and observing the ants, even the earthquake and all. The ants will know before the human beings will know. Even if there is tsunami and all, certain animals and creatures, they come to know. And they just take shelter in a high ground to save themselves. Human beings are busy watching their mobile and busy with their world, and suddenly they come to know that a tsunami has struck. So this is called Utpat Jnanam, the knowledge of, because the whole world is connected, interconnected. Everything is connected to everything. So if we understand the whole world properly, we will be able to understand what will happen in future also. Just like when the weather and all, if it snows in the higher higher mountains and all, then the plains also suddenly the temperature falls down. So we know that if it has snowed there, the temperature will fall down here. So it's a Utpat Jnanam, it is called Daivam. And Naradaji had this knowledge about it. Even so many others, they also had this knowledge. Even the great city of Dwarka, that Bhagavan Sri Krishna knew that it will get sunk in the ocean. The cosmic, the tectonic phenomena will happen, and the whole city will go down into the ocean. That he knew in advance. And even now they have discovered the city is there inside the ocean. So it's called Utpat Jnanam or Daivam, which Naradaji he knew about it. Then Nidhim. Nidhim is another interesting uh, science. Mahakaladi Nidhi Shastram. It's a science, it's a shastra by which one can understand the gems or the minerals hidden inside this earth. Like nowadays, we have the geology through various experimentation, through the seismograph and all. They come to know what is happening inside, or what are the different structures and layers within. If you want to build a huge skyscraper, then you should know the foundation properly. What are the structures below? What are the layers of rocks? Are there any pockets there? Water bodies? Any fault line? What type of rock is there? Whether it will take the load of that building? All these things they should know. If that is not known properly and you just build haphazardly, it can create a problem. That is what is happening now in the Himalayan regions. We have built everywhere without taking into account the internal structure. Even at Joshimath and all, the whole thing is collapsing. The ground is sinking. So the internal structure of the earth crust, if it is known properly, then we can have proper buildings also, and also we can take out the gems and minerals from the earth for our consumption. So this is also a great science, and Naradaji knew about it. So Nidhim it is called. Vako Vakyam. Vako Vakyam is what Shankaracharya writes. Tarka Shastram, the science of logic. Again, to understand certain things, we have to understand it logically. The buddhi, our buddhi understands the language of logic. It gets convinced if something is stated logically, rationally. The buddhi understands it and accepts it, gets convinced. But certain thing, if it is not logical, rational, the buddhi finds it difficult to accept it. If something you just say categorically, the buddhi will not be able to understand and accept it. But if it is stated logically, rationally, then there is no choice. The buddhi will have to accept. Therefore, Shankaracharya in his Bhashya, he not only explains the mantra using the understanding of grammar, and he also quotes from other parts of the scriptures, but he also presents the whole thing extremely logically and rationally. Even if we have studied all the other philosophies and so many other literature and have totally different views and ideas in our head, if we study Shankaracharyaji's Bhashya properly with an open mind, then all our false concept will have to be dropped. The very fact that in the modern time there are contradictory philosophies and contradictory things which are simultaneously being sustained shows that we are not open. We just accommodate everything. We try to be politically correct in our spiritual path also. We say you are also right and you are also right, but they are talking two different things. We say nahi nahi, aap bhi sahi hai, aap bhi sahi hai, you are also right. He is saying 2 plus 2 is 5, we say yes, that is also right. Somebody saying 2 plus 2 is 10, we say yes, you are also right. Shankaracharya says 2 plus 2 is 4. And he logically, rationally proves that any other answer is wrong. In that way only we will be able to comprehend the Shastra, because the Shastra conveys one meaning. If we understand 10 different meanings, then we have not understood the Shastra. So this is possible when we understand Nyaya, that is logic, properly. Therefore, traditionally, before even studying the Shastras, the student used to study Nyaya Shastra, the science of logic. So that is called Vako Vakyam. Then Ekayanam. Ekayanam means Niti Shastra, the science of Niti, policy, proper ethics, proper behavior, how a king should behave, how a householder should behave, how a sannyasi should behave, how a student should behave, how we should interact with people, how we should interact with the men, the women, the children, the science of ethics, which also has to be properly understood. In the modern times also, people are so confused, their ethics also keep on changing. What was considered totally unethical in the past is accepted and considered ethical now. Or what is ethical in one place is unethical in some other place. So totally confused vyavhar we have. And based on that only we have formulated our laws, which also we have to keep modifying when our understanding changes or when there is a demand for some other weird laws. Like for example, drinking alcohol and all is considered not good for health. But then there are laws that till a particular age, it is illegal to drink. After that age, you can drink. Means after that age, does it become good for our health? No, but that is how the law is made. Based on age, based on gender, based on place, based on your religion, based on your caste, based on so many other factors. So they create confusion in our life. So one has to have a very deep understanding of this ethics, and that is a shastra, a science, and Naradaji knows about it. So ekayanam, then deva vidyam. Deva vidya is the etymology, the knowledge of the meanings of words. One is grammar, but this is etymology. Every word which is there in our Sanskrit language, it is derived from a base root word, and depending on the prefixes and the different derivatives added to it, it gets different shades of meaning. So, the meanings of words, etymology, that's called the Deva Vidya. Then Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya is Shiksha, Kalpa, Chanda, Chittayah. Means how one should pronounce the words. That is Siksha. Then the different rituals which are there in the Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, the knowledge of those rituals. Then Chanda, the knowledge of the poetic meters. Then Chittayah, the knowledge of how to kindle the fire, etc. That is called Brahma Vidya. Then Bhuta Vidya. Bhuta Vidyam, Bhuta Tantram. Bhuta means the Pancha Mahabhut, means the five elements. So the knowledge about these elements, what are the secrets of Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi, that knowledge, that is also most fascinating, because all these elements, they have their own characteristics. They have their own nature, and then when they join with other elements, their nature gets modified and all. We have seen in the previous chapter also how these elements, they begin from their source are the Panchatan Matras, then they become grossified to become Pancha Mahabhut, then they are further grossified and become different through the process of Trivrit Karanam 1, 2, and 3. So that is called Bhuta Vidya, Bhuta Tantram. Then Kshatra Vidya. Kshatra Vidya is the science of weapons and arms and warfare. That is also part of our life. The human beings are there, fights are there, wars are there, battles are there. Even the Mahabharata war, so many people died, so many different types of weapons were used. Even there are descriptions of weapons which appear as though they are the descriptions of some nuclear bombs, like, and some missiles and all. So Kshatra Vidya, Naradaji, he knew about Kshatra Vidya also. Not that he was using, but he had the knowledge. He was interested to know about everything. So he had the knowledge of weapons also. Though he did not use any weapon, he used to just have his veena and he used to just sing Bhagwan's name. Then Nakshatra Vidya, the science of astronomy and astrology. Jyotisham, the knowledge about the various locations of various planets and stars and constellations and all. Because the whole world, it moves constantly, it is undergoing change, but it moves in a very structured way. So just like the movement of this earth and movement of the sun, so the earth also rotates around itself, revolves around the sun in a precise way, at a precise angle of inclination. So it just revolves. Similarly, all the other planets also, they revolve around the sun in their own precise way. Some of them move very fast, some of them move slow. So the Shastras, they know all this. And based on this, they can, at a particular time, they can draw a chart also telling exactly where all these planets are. That is what we call the horoscope. This horoscope is nothing but a chart of the exact placement of these planets at the time of our birth, or at any time if you want, then the chart is there which can tell what is the planet in the east, what is in the west, what is above, what is below, what are there. The whole is divided into 12 parts, the 12 zodiac. So which planet is in which zodiac sign and all. So based on their movement, we know that after some time what will be the position. Therefore, they can also predict in advance the solar eclipse, the lunar eclipse. And depending on this structure, whatever the situation happens in the world, that also can be understood. So that is the Nakshatra Vidya. Similarly, Naradaji knows Sarpadeva Jana Vidyam, the Vidya of Sarpa, the snakes. Knowledge about the snakes and all. And so many other arts. So more about this we will see in our class on Monday. It's the most impressive list of things which Naradaji knows. But even after knowing all this, he had not transcended grief. He was still unhappy. So what will make us happy? Why he was not happy? All this we will know as we study this chapter further. So till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana. And we will meet again on Monday. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. जय जय राम, बोलिए सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।